NVIDIA, you would be so rich that you probably wouldn't even wake up and come to class. You'd probably just be partying in Dubai or something. Because if you own NVIDIA the last 5 years, you made 1,420%, which means that you took maybe a $10 investment or a $10 stock and you watched it grow into a $159 stock. And that's what I did. I bought NVIDIA, and the reason I bought NVIDIA was not because I knew NVIDIA was gonna blow up. I told you all this about stock market investing. All the research says you cannot predict the direction of an individual stock. So stop trying to do it. Just stop it. Stop doing it. It doesn't work. All the research says, I read thousands of papers on this. It's been concluded. You can't do that. People are going to lie to you, but they don't have a doctorate in finance. I do. I'm telling you, stop doing that. I bought Nvidia because I think some of you heard the story. I'll share it again, hopefully very quickly. Our oldest son, came to me one day, and I'm the bonus dad in the house, and I was looking for ways to talk to the kids about stuff because it takes time to get to know them. Their mother loved me, but they didn't like me as much as she did until they got to know me, right? Because I wasn't their boyfriend, and so one day he just comes up and he just says, "Boyce, I think you should buy Nvidia stock." And I said, why? He said, well, because they make the chips for the video games that I play. And I said, okay, great. And my thinking was not, oh, well, let me do ten weeks of deep dive analysis on Nvidia to make sure that I'm not going to lose my money. My thought was basically very basic. It was, this really happens many times when I look at companies in the S&P. A lot of people will spend days, weeks, years asking why they should buy a certain stock or why should I buy it, right? I don't ask myself why I should buy something. You know what I say? I say, why not? Why not? Really, I mean, think about it. If I'm going to go and spend money at Applebee's, I know what I'm going to get for that. I'm not going to get a return on investment. I'm going to get a meal that's going to go run through my body in about 24 hours. If I spend my money on a vacation, I know that I'm going to get a negative 100% return on that. I'm going to get a good experience, but I'm not going to get any money back, right? If I spend my money on a pair of Jordans, I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to get a pair of shoes. But if I buy the stock, you never know. Maybe that dollar will turn into $2. Maybe that 100 will turn into 200. Maybe that 500 will turn into 1,000. Or maybe the 500 will turn into 400. Maybe the stock will go down like it did with Target. But that's okay because you know what? You know what? Because 90% of all people, if you ask them, if you say, the money that you had in 2020, all the money you made $75,000 in 2020, what do you have to show for it? 90% of all people are going to say, I have nothing to show for it. Well, but you made money that year, didn't you? Yeah, I made money. Well, and you did things with that money, right? Well, yeah, I did stuff with that money. Well, then you should have something to show for it, right? What do you have to show for it? Nothing. You should have money in the bank. I mean, you made all this money. Did you put some in a bucket? Did you invest it somewhere? Did you buy some real estate? Did you? No. Okay, can you at least show me? Maybe at best they can show you some clothes that they bought in 2020 that they probably don't even wear anymore. They can show you maybe some furniture they bought. Like I bought this couch. That feels a little bit better. Like at least you got a couch out of it. But that ain't the same as actually having financial security because the day that you have to go to work, you can't or you have bills to pay. You can't go and just say, "Well, I don't have money, but I have a couch. I can send you my couch." Right?